Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is the new movie directed by Wes Ball. It is a soft reboot of the movies that were released in the 2010s, and those were much better than it had any right to be. I think they started everything off very well with the first one, just a simple crowd pleaser. As it moved on to the sequels, it became more vast and thematic, and we could thank director Matt Reeves for bringing in something so much more elevated and darker than what the first implied. It didn't really hit me how much time has passed since War of the Planet of the Apes. To be real, I don't quite remember the events of that movie, although it doesn't matter because Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is a soft reboot, so we have new characters. This time we follow a new CG chimp played by Owen Teague, and basically the world is now ruled by these chimps. The humans, whatever's left of them, are now in some primordial stage. They can hardly speak to each other, but the information of the previous life is still there, and we have a human character played by Freya who is on a journey herself to bridge the gap of communication with the remaining humans all throughout Earth. And I'll be honest, I didn't care for this movie. I think with the material that we have here, it could have been better suited as a video game. Ubisoft released an Avatar video game which was like a Far Cry clone, and I think they could have done the same thing with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and it could have been a way better experience than what we have here. Unfortunately, this movie operates like a video game. The first 5-10 minutes of this movie feel like a tutorial mission or a cold open, as our main character loses everything that he has going for him and has no choice but to restart back to level 1. But on his journey throughout the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, he encounters predator chimps, has to use stationary, horseback, and weapon combat to defeat the opponents and gain allies along the way, one of which is our human character. But like all video games, this is filled with cutscenes. I would have mashed the X button throughout a lot of this movie. It is the longest Planet of the Apes movie at 145 minutes, and I don't know why. Like, it is so bloated. There's some okay action here and there, new maps that our character gets to journey to, but man, was this a predictable and strenuous watch. I enjoyed the dramatic heft on the past two Apes movies and the low dialogue that we had. Basically, the apes just made noises and we had subtitles. But here we have the apes just speaking regular English, and it's just not the same. I mean, I think it is funny how the apes will speak English, but then whenever they have to scream or make a grunt, they sound like a monkey, and it's funny. But there's little to no humor in this movie, unless you're like me and you think that watching CG apes try to create drama is funny inherently, because that's all there is. This movie is lacking just a real purpose and human soul to it. I really wasn't excited about much. I do like how Caesar, the ape from the original trilogy, is recognized on this movie as some sort of god in the ape world. And our main chimp, I believe his name is Noah. I like how he is an unlikely hero to this circumstance. In this journey, he has to battle his opponents, man up, and take down these false idols who believe they are Caesar. There's a lot of things they could have done with this, but unfortunately it's really shallow. Something I'd like to point out is the music by John Paisano. It's excellent. It really amps the urgency on the action scenes. And despite this being such a CG-driven movie, there's something about the music that helps it feel grounded. Yet, at the end of the day, there's just not much for me here. I would give this a 5.7. It is playing in theaters everywhere on May 10th, and it's released by 20th Century Studios. Thank you for watching.